Hey guys, Jamstrap here, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a little test and review for Green Stuff World's Darth Blue Colorshift pearlescent kind of thing that they got going on. Now they do this in various colors and stuff like that, but like I said, I've chosen Darth Blue, so it's kind of like what you see on here, dark bluish kind of color, and it shifts in the light, like I said, like pearlescent like you'd see on cars and stuff like that. Now you can use a paintbrush for this, but obviously it'll come out a lot smoother in an airbrush. That's what's recommended. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to do different kind of testy results to see what we get. But Green Stuff World recommends you spray that stuff onto a plain black primer to get the best result. So I've got my plain black orc guy over here for my test model. So that's going to be the basic kind of one. Next up, I wonder what it would be like if we did any like highlights on the model beforehand. And so this is probably a bit of a heavy dry brush. But I went with like a Dawnstone on top of the black. And then I hit it with a bit of administratum on the top just to give it a bit lighter. So I want to see what it's like when you actually, so if you were normally painting a model, if you were to highlight and stuff before spraying, do all the edges in your Space Marine before you do it. So yeah, I'm going to see if it turns out any differently. We'll see. Like I said, this like kind of spray stuff probably works better on like Tau or Space Marines or Necrons or something. Probably not Orcs, but yeah, like I said, this one's got some edge highlights slash like dry brushing because I was lazy. And then for my final test, I went for a zenithal highlight of Mechanicus Stannagray, so just hitting it from above with the Mechanicus on a black primer. Then I thought, you know what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to hit it with a Nuln Oil. See, it's not really dry 100% yet. So all those details are popped out. It's darkened it down a bit more. So we've got a lot more detail popping out compared to like if we just sprayed it like this. So this is more along the lines of like how we would normally paint, like a wash. What you could do as well, depending on how this turns out and how this one turns out, you can combine the two. Do a wash, then dry brush, they'll just edge highlight and stuff before you spray. But anyway, enough rambling and stuff. So I'm going to get cracking. I'm going to shake up my little Darth Blue pot here, get into the airbrush, and we're going to see how this stuff goes on. And I almost completely forgot. Green Stuff World actually recommends you spray the stuff over a gloss black. Now, because I don't have a gloss black, what I did is I just did the black primer with some Vallejo gloss varnish on top. Yeah, like I said, it's still busy drying. I completely forgot about it. And you know me, guys. My videos always extremely well planned out and scripted and stuff like that. So yeah, wait for that to dry and I'll get onto the other guys first. All right, so I've got my Darth Blue in there. As you can see, it's really weird. It's definitely not blue at all. It's like a reddish, pinkish, metallic color. So yeah, let's spray the stuff on and see how easy it comes out of here without any watering down and stuff like that. And let's get going. Yeah, and it is recommended to do a couple, like do a thin coat, let it dry, thin coat, let it dry until you get the color you want. So not quite like the candy ink when you just blast it on. So let's try this out. Yeah, seems to come out nicely. Yeah, that's looking pretty good already. Alright, so I'm going to call it as one layer there, and that's looking really sweet already. I don't know if my lighting is too harsh right now, but I'll give you guys a proper look later when it's done, but that's looking amazing. Wow, I wasn't expecting the difference that quick. So that's the plain black coat. Let's have a look at the dry brush edge highlight one. Okay, so let's get this bad boy done. Alright, so that's the dry brushed one, and you can definitely see why they say do it over black, because the highlighted grey bits, they look a bit weird. It definitely doesn't have that bluish tone to it, and yeah, makes it pop out quite a lot. I don't even know what color that looks like. I mean, it's definitely a different effect. I mean, if you want it to look like that, that's a good thing. But I mean, if you want that normal blue that it's supposed to be, yeah, I definitely think the black seems to be the better choice so far. I'd be quite curious to see what if you maybe highlighted it up with like a silver or something, because it is metallic after all. That'd be an interesting test. But yeah, so far that's the dry brushed edge highlight guy. Let's try out the zenithal Nuln Oil version. All right, let's bust this guy out. And by the way, so far I've barely even used that tiny little bit in there, so that's quite good. Much better than the candy ink. The candy ink needs quite a lot, but we'll see when we're actually done all the coats, I guess. Yeah, I can see this one's working better already. Yeah, my airbrush seemed to be blocking up a bit there. That's the problem with doing like special colors like this. I don't know if the paint's really coming out right now. Might need to clean it out, but yeah, I don't know if you can see, but with the lighter gray, yeah, for some reason with the dry brushing, it came out kind of weird, but doing the zenithal and the wash, it's got almost like a pinkish color to it. I actually quite like this version. And you got that extra detail of the wash and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's different, but I kind of like it. It's quite nice. Okay, so this is the gloss black. Like once again, I think my lighting might be a bit harsh for it. It's probably not 100% dry, but for the test, I'm just going to blast it on and see what we get. Hopefully not going to clog up. Let's blast. Oh yeah, you can 100% see the difference already from the gloss. All right, so that's one coat done on the glossy version, and man, that is popping like a... Yeah, that's looking good. So I'm gonna go and do another coat or two on these guys, and yeah, then I'll get back to you and see what the results are. Alrighty guys, we're done. I've done about 2-3 coats on all of these guys. And one side note, I completely forgot to wear my face mask, so yeah, definitely do that when you're using any sort of airbrushing, but especially this stuff. There's like little shiny metal particles in there right now. That's probably not the best thing to breathe in. But yeah, let's have a look at the different tests and the results. Yeah, I'm not sure if my lighting and the camera can really pick it up, but let's see it on this blade here. So this was just the plain black matte satin varnish primer kind of thing. So I don't know if you can see any color shifting there. I really like this one. And like with the candy ink video I did, I was kind of expecting it to look the way it did. You know, it's candy ink. But with this one, with pretty much every different test I did, it had different results. So I'm really, really chuffed with this stuff. It's really, really nice. And I think I'm going to have to use this for something. Maybe those new Necrons or something like that. But yeah, this is the darker one. You can definitely see that nice dark, shiny, pearlescent blue there just on the plain black. So that's looking really nice. You want to go for like a bit more of a darker vibe. I really, really like that one. Now, probably my least favorite one. This was the one that I kind of did a dry brush, edge highlighting kind of vibe on there. And yeah, the grays that I highlighted ended up coming out like a weird color compared to the rest of it. I mean, it might work differently if you actually like edge highlighted it on instead of dry brushing it, or maybe highlighting with like a metallic or something like that. I think a metallic might work better because you put spraying this metallic kind of thing on top as well. So yeah, I'm not sure if you can really see it, but like some parts where the dry brush was a bit heavy, you can see like the roughness of it, and it's definitely a different color. But I think a couple extra coats, it would hide that. But to be honest, I don't really think it looks that great. Yeah, I don't know. I think the darker colors seem to work better like they do recommend. All right, and then on to the one that I zenithal sprayed, I should say, not primed. So I hit it from above with the grey and then washed it with some Nuln oil to get into all the recesses. And to be fair, this one was actually quite nice because of the grey on the top and not like the dry brush style. It actually almost came out like a pinky blue color. So when you shift it, you get that blue, but because it's a light grey instead of a black, you get in that like a almost pinkish vibe, like I said, instead of that dark blue. And I really like this one. It's a nice, cool result. I mean, if you want the dark blue, then this is not the one for you. But if you want to kind of move it across to like almost a pink, and I think this might be the one for you, like a reddish pink color. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it picks up, but really, really nice. I'm really chuffed with the result of this. It's quite interesting. And lastly, this is the one that they recommend the most with a gloss black primer underneath, and you can definitely tell the difference. I mean, this is a plain black, and in the gloss one, it's way, way more shinier. I mean, this one's darker, but like, obviously. But this one pops out. It definitely shifts a lot more. I guess it just depends on how bling you want it to be. And once again, I don't think it's probably picking up on my camera. I'll probably only know once I'm editing this video. But yeah, definitely this one pops out the most if you really want that pearlescent color shifting blue vibe or whatever color you're using. Definitely go for the gloss. If you want to kind of go for a more dark and, I don't know, is brooding the right word? Probably not. But yeah, like that kind of color I'd probably use for like Chaos Space Marines or something. And, well, both of them work really, but that's definitely a darker one. And the gloss definitely gives you that bling, poppy kind of color. Either way, guys, I'm actually really, really chuffed with this. Amazing results. I'm definitely going to use this for something. You know, like Space Marines, maybe the new Necrons, something like that. Really, really cool. But yeah, why don't you guys comment below which one you think is your favorite, if you can tell the difference. Like I said, I'll only know once I'm editing and all that kind of stuff. And would you ever use this kind of stuff? What would you use it for? I mean, I personally really recommend it if you want something a bit more unique. Instead of just painting normal colors, you get this nice shiny stuff. And like I said, they do loads of different colors. But yeah, as always, if you liked the video, you know what to do. Drop a comment and all that kind of stuff. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you like this sort of hobby content, then maybe, check it out and subscribe. But until the next one, guys, bye-bye.